A hidden meeting just revealed your real identity, or the true descendant of a hidden meeting revealed truth long buried beneath silence and time. You believed your story was ordinary, a simple journey through passing years, like countless others walking their paths beneath stars, across seasons, through change, yet destiny held secrets, patiently waiting behind curtains of mystery and fate. One evening, the winds changed direction, the sky seemed strangely different too, the shadows carried whispers of remembrance, ancient echoes crossed forgotten distances quietly, calling softly toward your restless heart. You followed questions without knowing why, drawn onward by something unseen within, until finally the moment arrived quietly. A hidden meeting began. In silence, no trumpets, no applause, no spectacle, only truth waiting calmly to emerge across time, across generations, across history. An elder looked deeply at you as though recognizing something long forgotten, as though a memory returned suddenly. The room fell silent for moments, then words changed everything forever afterward. You are not merely a traveler, not simply a witness passing through, not only a dreamer seeking meaning. You carry a legacy ancient beyond. The blood of stories still lives. The strength of generations remains alive. The courage of ancestors walks beside. You listened in disbelief and wonder. The world shifted slowly around you. Every memory seemed different than before. Every question found deeper possibilities now. Every pathway opened toward new horizons. The elder spoke further without hesitation. Your lineage was hidden for reasons lost beneath centuries of changing history. A family once honored across lands, a name once spoken with respect, a legacy once known by many, yet time covered traces. With silence, empires rose, empires fell, and vanished, kingdoms faded into dust and memory. Stories scattered across generations like leaves, but truth never vanished completely away. It waited patiently beneath forgotten pages, waiting for the rightful moment only, waiting for the rightful descendant to. The realization arrived gradually, like dawn, not sudden, not overwhelming at first, but steady and certain, like sunrise. A feeling deep within awakened slowly, as though your soul remembered something ancient past, ancient voices, ancient promises. You closed your eyes briefly then and imagined generations standing behind you, not watching with judgment or expectation, but standing with pride and hope. The strength you thought was theirs, the wisdom you admired was theirs, the resilience you carried was theirs, a hidden inheritance beyond material wealth, an inheritance of courage and honor, of compassion and perseverance and vision. The elder smiled gently, at last, understanding your silence completely, without words, because some truths arrive beyond language, too profound for immediate explanation alone. Outside the meeting night deepened slowly. Stars appeared across heaven one by one. The universe seemed strangely alive now. Every constellation appeared familiar somehow tonight, as though history itself recognized you, as though destiny quietly welcomed home. You stepped outside afterward, alone, briefly. The cool night air surrounded you, and suddenly the journey made sense. The challenges, the questions, the searching, the endless desire for something greater, the feeling of belonging elsewhere too, not because you sought power blindly, not because you desired recognition alone, but because part of you knew there existed a purpose still waiting, a chapter not yet written fully, a story not yet completed entirely, a legacy not yet awakened completely. And there, beneath ancient stars above, one truth echoed clearly within silence. The meeting was never an accident. The discovery was never coincidence either. Every road, every season, every moment had guided you toward this revelation, toward understanding uh, who you truly were, not defined by titles or status, not measured by riches or influence, but connected to something far greater, a chain of lives and sacrifices, a river of courage across centuries, a flame passed onward generation after generation. And now that flame reached you, waiting patiently to be carried forward, not backward, into nostalgia or regret, but forward into purpose and possibility. For legacies are not meant merely to be remembered forever in silence, they are meant to live onward through actions, through kindness, through courage, through dreams made real each day. The hidden meeting ended, that night, but true journey had begun, and somewhere beyond tomorrow, a new destiny waited quietly for its true descendant. The night refused sleep. For long, too many questions wandered through thoughts, too many echoes lingered within silence. The revelation had awakened something ancient, something patient, uh, something waiting for years. You stood beside windows, watching stars, searching heaven for answers and signs. The moon hung quietly above darkness, like a guardian watching from afar. The wind moved softly through trees, carrying whispers from forgotten generations past, and somewhere deep within your spirit, a door slowly opened at last, not outward toward distance or adventure, but inward toward truth and memory. The elders' words returned again gently. You carry an ancient legacy still, a lineage hidden carefully through time, a story waiting centuries to awaken. Morning arrived with golden light spreading across rooftops, across valleys, across dreams. Yet everything appeared different now. Somehow the familiar world remained unchanged outside, but within, new awareness had emerged. Every step felt connected to history, every breath felt linked to countless lives. Those who walked before you existed, those who faced storms without surrender, those who protected hope against darkness, those who refused fear when challenged. Their strength flowed onward like rivers, crossing mountains, crossing centuries, crossing destiny, reaching you at this exact moment. Days passed, but curiosity only deepened. The elder had mentioned old records, ancient writings, protected carefully for generations, hidden beyond ordinary sight and knowledge. So once again you return there to the place where truth emerged. The elder waited calmly, as before, as though expecting your return already, without surprise, without question, without doubt. A gentle smile appeared once more. Then, slowly, the elder opened boxes, dust covered treasures, untouched through many decades. Inside rested letters, maps, and journals, fragments scattered across history's long passage. Names appeared, repeated often across pages. Names connected to your own family, events recorded in fading ancient ink, journeys described with remarkable care and detail, victories earned through courage and sacrifice, promises carried across generations, faithfully onward. You read each page carefully, then, feeling history rise alive before eyes. These were not legends or myths, not stories created merely for comfort. These were lives once, actually lived, dreams once, actually pursued, battles once, actually fought, and suddenly one realization appeared clearly. You were never separate from history. You were part of its continuation, a living chapter within an older story, a keeper of memories and lessons, a bridge between past and future. The elder watched silently, understanding everything, then finally spoke once, again softly. A legacy is not a privilege, it is a responsibility as well. The greatest inheritance comes not through gold, not through titles or ancient claims, but through character and purpose alone. Your ancestors were remembered for courage, for honor, for wisdom and compassion, not because they possessed power merely, but because they served something greater. Those words settled deeply within heart like seeds finding fertile ground at last. Outside, the window sunlight shimmered brightly across fields, across roads, across horizons, and for the first time, perhaps, you understood the true meaning involved. The revelation was never about status, never about recognition or admiration either. It was about understanding who you are and deciding who you will become, because every generation receives a choice to continue the light or lose it, to honor the journey or forget it, to build upon courage or abandon it. The hidden meeting revealed your origin, but the future remained unwritten, still a blank page waiting patiently ahead, a new chapter waiting to begin, and somewhere beyond distant horizons yet another secret waited quietly to emerge, one capable of changing everything again. For the story was far from over. The truth had only just begun. The truth had awakened at last. Yet answers often reveal more questions, and every question opened another door beyond memory, beyond history, beyond time. Days passed quietly afterward, but a strange feeling remained constant, as though something unseen was calling, not with words or commands spoken, but through instinct and recognition alone. One evening, a message arrived unexpectedly, no signature, No explanation, no details, only three. Carefully written words appeared. Come before dawn. Nothing more, nothing less, nothing else. The note carried mystery and purpose. You stared at it for hours, wondering who had sent it, secretly wondering why it arrived. Now, specifically, yet deep within yourself, you already knew something. The journey was continuing forward again. Before sunrise, the following morning arrived. The world still rested in darkness. Stars lingered above, silent roads below. The air felt colder than usual, as though history itself held breath. You followed the directions attached quietly, beyond villages, beyond pathways, beyond familiarity, toward distant hills forgotten by many. At the journey's end stood something ancient: stone, weathered walls, hidden ruins. Time had touched everything there gently, yet somehow the place still endured, waiting silently across centuries and storms. A figure stood nearby, watching calmly, not the elder you previously met, someone different, yet strangely familiar too. The stranger spoke first. Without hesitation, you finally found the path home. Those words sent echoes through memory. Home, this place, was unknown to you, yet standing there somehow a feeling of belonging appeared suddenly. The stranger guided you inside quietly, beneath broken arches and ancient stone, into chambers hidden from ordinary eyes. Upon walls rested symbols and carvings, stories frozen within rock for ages. Kings appeared, warriors appeared, travelers appeared, and among those countless ancient images, one symbol repeated often, a symbol you recognized immediately now. It appeared within journals and letters, among records found earlier. The mark of your ancient lineage. The stranger nodded slowly, as though confirming everything, then pointed toward a single carving, unlike others. This one remained untouched, protected carefully against weather and time. At its center stood a figure holding not a weapon or crown, but a flame burning brightly upward. Beneath it, ancient words were engraved. The stranger read them aloud, softly. The flame passes onward through generations. It belongs to no single person. It survives only when shared freely. Silence followed. For moments, the meaning settled deeply. within heart. This legacy was never about power, never about control or authority either. It was about carrying light forward, helping others find courage and hope, protecting wisdom against forgetting and fear. The stranger turned slowly, then revealed another truth. For centuries, guardians protected this knowledge, watching history rise and fall repeatedly, waiting patiently for signs, waiting for the rightful moment again. And according to ancient records preserved, a final chapter remained unfulfilled still. A promise left unfinished long ago, a task passed onward across centuries, a responsibility now approaching its hour. The words hung quietly in air. Your heart began beating faster suddenly because somehow you understood this discovery was larger than expected. The hidden meeting revealed your identity. The ruins revealed purpose. And now the future was calling, not someday, not eventually, not later, but soon, very soon. The stranger looked toward the horizon where dawnlight began appearing softly there, then spoke one final sentence only. The descendants have been found before, but none found the final key. A silence followed immediately, heavy with questions and possibility alike. The first golden rays touched stone, illuminating symbols untouched for centuries now, and suddenly one symbol began glowing, not brightly, not magically, not impossibly, but enough to reveal something hidden. A map, an ancient map concealed for generations, leading somewhere no record had mentioned, somewhere lost, beyond memory and time, somewhere connected to the final key. And with that discovery, the true adventure finally began. The ancient map appeared at dawn, faint lines emerging slowly from stone like memories, returning after long silence. The stranger studied it carefully then. A look of recognition crossed briefly. The map was older than kingdoms, older than many records still surviving. Yet one destination remained clearly marked, far beyond known routes and borders, a place called only the Forgotten Sanctuary. No details, no explanations, no directions, only symbols, known by very few. The stranger folded notes quietly away, then spoke with certainty. The journey begins today. Clouds drifted across mountains above them, while sunlight spread slowly across valleys. The world appeared peaceful, yet beneath that peace, something stirred. History waited for answers. The road uh, ahead seemed uncertain still, but hesitation no longer held power. Too much had already been revealed. Too many signs appeared. A longward path. Together they left ruins behind, quietly following clues across forgotten territories ahead. Days became weeks. Gradually, the journey crossed forests and rivers, ancient trails hidden beneath passing centuries. Sometimes travelers shared old stories there, stories about a sanctuary long vanished, stories about guardians protecting ancient truths, stories dismissed as legends by most, yet every story carried similar details, a hidden place untouched by time, a flame never extinguished through ages, and a final heir yet arriving. Each account strengthened belief. The map was real, the sanctuary existed somewhere, and destiny moved closer with every step. One evening, as sunset painted horizons, the travelers reached towering cliffs at last. Carved into stone appeared a gateway, half buried by centuries of dust. The symbol above it was familiar, the same mark discovered in records, the same mark hidden within ruins, the same mark linked to lineage. A silence filled everything. Even wind seemed unwilling to disturb the moment. Slowly they passed through the gateway. Beyond it lay something no stories had described, no records had prepared them for a vast hidden valley, protected naturally from outside worlds entirely. Waterfalls shimmered beneath sunlight, ancient trees reached skyward, stone structures stood peacefully, untouched through countless generations. The forgotten sanctuary